I'm going there.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to this guide slash tutorial I'm bringing you today. This guide is going to be on the best render settings possible for Sony Vegas. Now, this guide will help you out if you're using Sony Vegas versions 9 through 13. It will help you guys out if you're recording in 720 or 1080p. It will also help you guys out if you're recording in 30 or 60 FPS. So this guide basically appeals to anyone using Sony Vegas. So the first thing you're going to do is open up Sony Vegas, and you're going to need to put a clip in. You can use any clip to do these settings, or if you have a actual video you're doing in, make sure you do the edits first. So if you guys are just fast forwarding, slowing down, cutting, splitting, adding pictures, adding effects, make sure you guys do that now. And a tip: in every single project video you put in, before you start to edit it, right click it, go to properties and click disable resample, and then click OK. And you're going to want to do that every time to every video you put in, and it's going to basically give it a you can look it up, but I'm not going to go into it, but it'll help your quality. So it's going to make it look a lot smoother, so trust me there. So the first thing you want to do is go to the little properties button up here, or you can click Alt Enter. And this is in 720, so I'll change the settings to 1080. So what you're going to want to do: audio CD, you don't have to worry about. Summary, you don't have to worry about. Ruler, you don't have to worry about. Audio, make sure it's set to stereo. The sample rate is set to 48,000, and the bit depth is set to 24, and then the resample and stretch quality is set to best. So the width and height is going to be 1280 by 720 or 1920 by 1080, depending on. It's going to be 1920 by 1080 if you're recording in 1080. It is going to be 1280 by 720 if you're recording in 720. Field order is non-progressive scan. Pixel aspect ratio is 1 square. Output rotation is 0% original. Your frame rate is going to be 29.970 NTSC if you're recording in 30 FPS, or 59.940 double NTSC if you're recording in 60 FPS. 3D mode off. Make sure the pixel format is 32-bit. Video levels, do not do full range. Make sure it is video levels, or else the video is going to look really funky. So if you do a render and your video looks all green and weird, then you're going to want to come back and you didn't put this to video levels. Full resolution rendering quality best. Your motion blur to be Gaussian. Your method to just set that to none. Uncheck, make sure adjust source media to better match project or render settings is uncheck marked, and make sure start all new projects with these settings are check marked. You can name this template whatever you want. And then save it. And then click apply and OK. And there you go. So this video might look a little weird. No, not at all. Okay, it's because it was in 720. So then go ahead, and once you have that set to render as, go ahead, select your video and render as. And we're going to make a template. So the template you're going to want to be under is main concept AVC/AAC. And you're going to want internet 1080p if you're in 1080p, or internet HD 720p if you're in 720p. But that's not what you're going to want to use. You're going to want to click which one you are, and then you're going to customize the template. Up here, you're going to name it whatever you want. The frame size is going to be whichever one you selected, obviously. Allow source to adjust frame size. Do not have that check marked. Profile set to main. Your frame rate set to 59.940 or 29.970 if you're 30 or 60 FPS. And then make sure allow source to adjust frame rate is uncheck marked here as well. Once again, field order non-progressive scan. Once again, pixel aspect ratio 1. Number of reference frames to 2. Use deblocking filters uncheckmarked. Make sure you have variable bitrate checkmarked and 2-pass uncheckmarked. Your maximum and average bitrate are going to be 20 million if you're 1080p, and they're going to be both set to 10 million if you're 720p. Number of slices set to 4. You're in code mode to rendering CPU only, and make sure enable progressive downloads checkmarked. Under audio, you're going to want the sample rate to, once again, 48,000 and your bit rate to 320,000. Nothing under system, and make sure you don't change anything in here except video rendering quality to best. That's an important one. Make sure you name your template and save it. And then you can click this little star to favorite it, and then you can click show favorites only, and then you just click this and render every time. It'll be the only one there. And congratulations, you have the best render settings possible for Sony Vegas. This is what I've used all the time. So if this video helped you, make sure you click that like button. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm also on Twitch and Twitter. If you want to follow me on those websites, they're in the description below. And until next time, guys, have a good one.